Hey guys, welcome back to PigTube with Chucky. Today we are ramp training to get our pigs up in the car. A few things that you're gonna need. One is a pig that is not just cute, but also open-minded, and whatever you can think of that'll motivate them. We're using fruits, veggies, and even a little bit of peanut butter today. Lastly, you're gonna need a durable, heavy-duty ramp that can hold the weight of your pig. We're using the Pet Step ramp. I'm actually gonna leave a discount code in the description so that way you guys get 10% off if you choose to use the same ramp. I believe it holds up to about 400 pounds. It's a pretty steep incline going up to my SUV, and I saw a video of someone using this anti-slip tape on the steps to make it a little bit more grippy. Unfortunately, I don't think that person lived in Georgia because the humidity ripped these things right off the ramp within probably 4 seconds. So I'm gonna reevaluate that in the future, but it worked for the purpose of today. I've seen a lot of other videos that people will use like carpet squares. To me, carpet is still a little bit too slippery for Chucky, but I think I'm gonna stick with this anti-slip tape and maybe just get bigger sheets of it or find a way of nailing it or screwing it into the ramp so that way it's almost one big sheet instead of these little strips. Okay, the quality in this room is terrible. The lighting is bad and it looks like it was filmed with a potato, but hang in there because we're only in here for a second. It gets much better when we're outside. This can be a little bit of a scary process for pigs, so you're really gonna have to take it slow and you're gonna have to practice often. The first thing you might even do is start with the ramp completely flat on the floor and just make it something that you sprinkle food on and make it something really positive that they just associate with something they enjoy. Chucky has a little bit of experience with ramps to get up in bed and stuff like that, so I jumped straight to the next step, which would be to elevate the ramp just on one single step. I'm sprinkling cucumber and I'm making him go up the ramp as well as down. I always want him to completely master one level before we make it harder. You may have to block the sides of the ramp so that way they have to go up and down instead of cheating and using the sides. Once he's gotten really good at that, I'm going to practice around the house where he's feeling comfortable, and I'm going to gradually lift it up higher and higher. Here you can see I've bumped it up 2 or 3 steps. You may even do this up onto the couch where it's a little bit more of a gradual increase. You're going to really inch your way out into the scary space of the car. Now, if you haven't harness trained your pig, I'm sorry to do it to you, but now you kind of have to for the next part. Don't worry though, this is a very quick shortcut to get you there. I basically just put the harness on the ground and I filled the center with apples so that while he's eating, I slip it over his head. He has grown since the last time he's worn this, which made a little bit of a struggle to get the strap on under his ribs. But if you measure that beforehand, it makes it really easy. All right, let the fun begin. We have made it to the car. So you'll see here that my setup is basically the ramp going to the back of my car and straight into a crate. I like to contain any sort of chaos, so using the crate, I'm minimizing mess, and it also keeps Chucky calm. This ramp also has an attachment to do the sides of the car as well. This is a size large. I'll attach the link to this crate in the description. I like the mesh crates because you can unzip on the sides. It can be really tricky for pigs to turn around in one of the plastic dog crates. You can see here I'm making a trail of apples, and for Chucky, any sort of contact with the ramp is good. That might even be your whole first couple days, is them just putting their hooves up on it a tiny bit and then walking down. I will tell you the wrong route to take with your pig is force. The more you try to push and force them up this ramp, it is gonna make it a horrible time for everybody. This is kind of an example of that. I'm not necessarily forcing Chucky as much as I'm just trying to give him a nudge in the right direction. And you can see here, he has completely shut down because of that little bit of push. That's okay. It's almost like a balancing act where now I bend down, I'm trying to calm him and praise him, and I can kind of tell that he's starting to lose interest in the apples, which means it may be time for the big guns. Peanut butter, but not without Chucky trying to make a run for it first, but that's okay. He got it out of his system and we're ready to start again. Now that Chucky is newly motivated, I am going to get right back into it with praise, making this very positive, telling him how great he is, and making him feel really good about this ramp. And now that he's getting a little more comfortable, I'm going to try to push him a little bit more in the right direction. So using my leash and kind of my hands and legs, I'm not really letting him take any other direction but up. He's so close to getting up, I'm just going to give him a little bit of a boost to get him all the way up in there, and this is why we have apples already in the crate, so there's an immediate reward right when he gets up in there. Took me a long time to get these anti-slip pieces on here, but I'm not even mad about it because it did help him. I'm going to create a better plan next time, and the whole time I'm picking these off is positive time while he's in the car enjoying his apples. You want to make the car just as much of a positive. Luckily, getting them down is way easier than getting them up, and Chucky has this hilarious way of going down on his knees. He wants to make sure he vacuums up every piece of food he missed on his way up. If you wait to the end, I'm actually going to post some of his funny exit strategies that I've posted on TikTok and Instagram. He cracks me up. As promised, we are going to do it again and again. You want to end on a good note, so don't do it too much. But this is really something that you want to do maybe even every day in the beginning until it gets way easier. Even if you're not going anywhere, you still want to practice this to build their confidence. If you take a break on this for a week or 2 weeks and you only practice here and there, they're never going to get good at it, and it's only going to become a negative experience. Don't wait until you have to go to the vet to start practicing this. You really want this in your back pocket anytime you need it in case there's an emergency and you need to get him in the car, because the car can be really stressful for pigs. Sometimes I'll have Chucky hanging out in the back of my SUV while I'm just cleaning out my garage, just for him to get used to it and enjoy some time with a snuffle mat or some sort of snack in there. It just makes it a much more positive space, and ideally that'll help prevent pee, poop, and vomit every time he's in there. If you've gotten your pig to the point of being super comfortable in the car, I highly suggest this PelsBarn luxury backseat protector. It's waterproof, you can put it in the washing machine, and it is so dang comfy. Plus, in the description, I'm even going to put a discount code for you so you get 10% off. I'm going to let Chucky's silly exit strategy walk us on out of here. So if you have any questions about getting your pigs up in the car, leave it in the comments and let me know how this works for you. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time.